What's up? What's up? What's up? Hello, everybody. This is Dakisha Williams, your virtual COO. And your girl is doing the physical fitness. Lord have mercy. I look like a wild woman. All right. What's going on? What's going on, everybody? I'm going to give you guys time to join on with me. Hello, hello, hello. And welcome, everyone. Making sure that we coming in loud and clear. If you can hear me loud and clear, just type a 1 below. That would be wonderful. Hey, Sanaya. I've been hanging with you early this morning, so super excited about planning out my next quarter. So you guys, if you're not connected with Sanaya, please make sure that you do so. So we are going to spend a little time today talking about getting your message to the masses. And I'm going to keep it short and sweet and to the point. Hi, Tanika. Hi. I haven't seen you guys in so long. So, all right. So let's go ahead and get the party rocking. Do me a favor. Let me know who you guys are. Sometimes I don't get a chance to see everyone. So if you can do me a favor and type your name, let me know where you're from so I can shout you out. But we're going to kick it up and we're going to talk about getting our message to the masses. And so it's really 4 key things that I want you to focus on when you are kind of new in the space. All right, good. You guys can hear me loud and clear. So when you're new to the space or new to the online platform or new to, building an online business, there's a couple of things that you could really focus on. And I look, wow, I literally just came. Well, I took a walk around the block. Hi, love. Hi, everyone. So if I look like a wild woman, listen, look past me and listen to the message. It's about getting the message to the masses, right? Look past me. All right. Anyway. All right. So for you guys, are you guys new to the space of like really trying to build your tribe? So if you are really just getting started out building your tribe, do me a favor and hit 2. If you're really trying to figure out like how to get noticed in this online space, because that's how you're going to be able to position your products, right? You have to have an audience. You have to have a tribe. You have to, fantastic, Lillian. She's like, I'm on my walk right now. Thank you, Sanaya. And I hope I'm saying it right. So a lot of people that struggle in this space, they are struggling because they don't have an audience. So my question to you, and I want you to answer this while you guys are joining me, is what are you doing to really build your audience? What are you really doing to get found, to get known? You know, my favorite saying, and I lie to you not, I don't know if you guys can see it, but on my phone, it says, be so good, they can't ignore you. And I had to remind myself of that every single day. Be so good that they can't ignore you. So number 1 is you have to get creative, right? There's so much noise in the online platform. There is absolutely so much noise. So you have to get creative. So you have to look at the different ways that works for you. Everyone is not comfortable with turning on that camera and getting behind the camera. Okay. And so Lillian says she's networking and Facebook Lives. So I absolutely love Facebook Live. Okay. Here's the thing. Facebook Live is a great way to get attention, like to create awareness. It's a great way so that people can know that you exist, right? So that's kind of like an entry point. So that's an entry point to your ecosystem. They're not quite there yet because they're just tuning in. But you have to understand that the average view time for a Facebook Live, because listen, I do my morning scroll, so I may watch a video. If it does not captivate my attention and it doesn't continue to grab my attention, I'm out. I'm going to find something that's going to make me laugh, okay? So I don't want you to solely rely on Facebook Live. So what are some other things that you can do? Networking is phenomenal. Like I'm being intentional this year about getting out in the Richmond, Virginia area. Like this weekend, I had a wonderful opportunity to hang out with like 10 or 12 women all around self-care and soul care. Okay. Some of them are entrepreneurs, and we were talking about boundaries, but it was just great to be in a space with other individuals. I laughed because I told my cousin, I was like, I've set aside somebody that's real, and I'm literally like, oh, you're real. Hello, people. Because I'm at home a lot and, I'm in my space. And so I'm communicating with you guys, but sometimes, a hug or a touch or something, like I wasn't like feeling on them, y'all. But you get my point. Like, it's like, hello, people. People exist outside of this space. So yes, networking and events and connections can be great. I always tell my tribe, find 4 conferences that you like to attend every single year. 4 conferences that you like to attend every single year. And so it's a great way to kind of introduce who you are and what you do. So one of the things too that you can add to your platforms or podcasts, like they're coming back like the romper. Like, y'all remember the romper? So podcasts are becoming like the new thing again. And I've been around a couple of years. Like I started, like you guys know that I left my job August 24th, 2011, right? And went on leave of absence and have not gone back. # longest leave ever. But we had a podcast over on Blog Talk Radio for about 2.5 years. I don't know how many of you guys have been with me, but we used to do Launch and Learn every Tuesday and Thursday from like 12 to 12:30 or like 12 to 1. So, but that was a podcast platform. And so they're coming back like the romper, y'all. Like they coming back like some of these colorful shoes. Like, I don't know if y'all know. Am I telling my age? Anyway, so like they got some tennis shoes that are coming back. Like I'm a tennis shoe girl, but they have tennis shoes that are coming back that was back in style like when I was in high school. So podcasts are coming back like back in the day, like when we were in high school. So anyway, so they have several different platforms, and I actually post something not too long ago of some of the recommendations for podcasts. So how many of you guys actually have a podcast? Type a 3. I had to look at my fingers. Type a 3 if you have a podcast. If you want to start a podcast, raise your hand, throw me some emojis or something like that. So we're going to be announcing this week another podcast that I'm starting with a super friend. If you guys don't know, I am actually one of the co-hosts for the Black CEO Morning Show every morning from 8 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. But guess what? It's another platform for people to be exposed to none other than Dakisha Williams, your virtual COO. So get creative. All right. Number 2, get on other people's stages. Get on other people's stages. Now, we are not going to have a conversation about whether or not you should pay to get on other people's stages. That is totally another live, totally another conversation for another day. Now, is it a good thing? Absolutely, it can, especially if you are going to be in a space where they have an audience. So there is nothing wrong with the pay-to-play model. Let me say this and clarify, okay? With the pay-to-play model, regardless whether you're paying $4.97 to speak on someone else's stage, especially if they have an audience, okay? A buying audience. Let me make sure that I say that right. Not only do they have an audience, but they have a ready, willing, and able purchasing audience. I need someone to type that one because that was a nugget that you need to take for the rest of this year. So when you are looking to speak on someone else's stage, you want to make sure that they have a what? I want to see this in the comments. Ready, willing, and able buyers. That is huge because that's how you're going to be able to monetize and get your money back from the platform. One more thing that I have to say about that piece, and I totally know I was not expecting to go off on this tangent. However, I feel some kind of way. So when you speak on other people's stages, a lot of time, regardless whether you are at a conference, okay, a lot of times you may or may not know that there's a split. Like if I sell from your stage, it's kind of like an affiliate plan, right? So I've done all the work. I've done all the marketing and I've got all the people to come to my event. Now I invite you to come speak on my event. Now, if you're going to sell, then I want a commission. So there's a split. Most of the splits are about maybe 60-40. So the host gets the 40% and then the speaker gets the 60%, the pay to play model. And so, you know, you can't really knock the pay to play where if I pay $4.97 to speak on someone else's stage, right? Because even if I go to a conference and I am speaking at someone else's conference and I sell a $997 program, I still got to give 40% of my revenue. So think about if I sold like just one, that's $1,000. So I already paid what? $400 just to speak or to speak on that platform. So I could talk about that all day long. So anyway, it's always good to get on other people's stages, right? And y'all know the webinar queen. Yes, we do webinars all day long. And that's going to be number 4. I could not tell you how to get your message to the masses without telling you to use webinars. Like, what? I need you to comment below. #webinars. That's right. Because what do I tell you? Do not wait for someone to invite you to their platform. Build your own stage. Build your own platform. I'm going to say that again for the people that just jumped on and scroll, right? Don't wait for someone else to invite you to their platform. Build your own stage. And you can do so. Thank you for sharing, Vanessa. You can do so by utilizing webinars. And please take a look at the video about fear, because don't allow fear and technology from keeping you from sharing your message to the masses. Because I'm going to say this, because your message, someone is waiting to work with you. And what you don't realize is that your message is a blessing to someone else. So there's so many people that are moving into the space of becoming caretakers. There's so many people that are coming into the space that, you know, want to be home and be present for their children. If I was not here teaching on webinars, they would be in a position where they feel like, you know, I'm really limited to the options that I have available to me, because I want to be home with my children. I want to be home with my mother. I want to be home with my father. However, I'm not going to be able to speak, so I can't grow my business. That's absolutely not true, because there's vehicles available to you to share your message to the masses. And when you do not share your message, man, listen. Yep, I said it. Man, listen. You are blocking your own blessing, because idea plus implementation equals income. You were given an idea. God gave you an idea, and with the expectation that you are going to implement on that idea. That means that you are going to take action on that idea. And when you take action, you are rewarded with income. Preach. I hope I'm talking to somebody under the sound of my voice. Somebody needed to hear this today. And so the last thing that I want to share with you before I'm out of here is to get rid of the local mindset. Like, that one drive me crazy. Tanika, you know what, honey, girl, listen. That's how my daughter says it. You can teach so many people how to master the art of braiding from an online platform. So going back to my last point here, get rid of the local mindset. Like, do you know how many people are in the world, not even in the United States of the Americas? Okay. You know, normally we have people that are joining us from Canada. We have people that are joining us. I don't even know if Sanaya is still on. Sanaya is like, I don't know. Where are you located, Sanaya? Like, I know she's like, I don't know, 6 hours ahead of me. I was hanging out with her this morning at 6:30 in the morning on a planning implementation call, right? But that's just how serious I am about business. Like, I got up at 6:30 to be on an implementation call with her, even though she is not in my time zone. But she's able to reach me in the United States of the Americas because she has mastered the online space. I'm just telling you the truth. And so I just got off the phone, and I love her dearly, but she says, you know, say kind of the same thing. I don't know about webinars. Webinars may not just be for me, and it may not be. She's like, I'm a member of the chamber, you know. I'm here in, I'm just going to say Chicago. I don't know. I don't think that's the place. I think I just renamed it just for the sake of privacy. And I said, you know what? You have a local and scarcity mindset. There is somebody in California. There's someone in Vancouver. There is someone in Nigeria that could use the message that you have. But because you are comfortable, you are comfortable in the local mentality, in the local space. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I don't even network in my local space. I'm trying to be more intentional about meeting people here in the local space because I network across the world. Like, my team is international. So I'm dealing with people on all different time zones that I have to consciously remember there's people right here. There are people right here. But we get so comfortable in our own space that we don't even realize that we're limiting our own success. All right, I'm not going to go off on that tangent, but I'm just going to review because I could be here for a while. So anyway, get creative. There are different platforms where you can share your message. You got webinars, you have Facebook Live, you have podcasts. There's so many different ways that people can find out that you exist. Number 2 is start getting on other people's stages, right? You can submit to become a speaker. There's a pay-to-play model. There's a revenue share model. You pick which one works for you. I'm not saying that either one is good or bad. It's what works for you, okay? Number 3, use webinars. Let me tell you. I'm sorry. I just 3 things with webinars, especially for those that are still hanging around, that are struggling with building a tribe and building your list. Let me tell you something. When someone wants access to the training that you have, what is the first thing that they have to do in order to get the information for your broadcast? They have to get your first name, the last name, the email address, and the phone number, right? So you're building your list. Now, 2 weeks ago, social media went down. So everybody that relies on going live could not go live. But everyone that was building their list were still able to stay in contact with their list. Can I get an amen? So email marketing is not dead. But what are you doing to build your list? Even if you use Facebook Live, that's great, but you have to have a call to action to get them on your list. All right, and I'm not going to stay there. And then release the local mindset. Don't block your blessing because you're staying local. Expand your territory, man. Expand your territory. Oh, with the platforms, Keisha Bass just joined us. YouTube is another platform, you guys. So you have to get creative. Don't just rely on one particular platform. So I'm so glad you joined on what you did because you just reminded me of the YouTube channel. Okay. So I have reviewed them. I promise me, if you're just joining, you need to go back and watch this one from the beginning. And if it hits you, as my friend Carlos would say, if I hit you, I ain't trying to miss you. I told him I'd give him credit 3 times and it's mine. Do me a favor and hit the share button and share this with someone you know. My name is Zakisha Williams, your virtual COO. Be passionate, be purposeful, but more importantly, be profitable.